Trump has arrived to the UK with his historic visit with the Queen, and I'm in central London in Trafalgar Square, where protesters have gathered to oppose Trump. As an American, I would like to see exactly why they are opposing Trump and what they have to say.
Yeah, I'm protesting Trump coming to the UK because he stands for everything that I'm against, and not just me, but the entirety of London. I think the UK, we have our differences, but we can all come together to collectively say that Donald Trump is completely everything the United Kingdom is absolutely against.
Well, it's a little bit cliche now, isn't it? I mean, I don't like his attitude towards women.
Hence the pussy hat.
Hence the pussy hat, courtesy of my wife.
All of the policies that he's made are really harmful to lots of different groups of people. We feel that it's, even if that it doesn't directly affect us, it's like our duty to fight for the people who can't always fight for themselves.
Policies like the Muslim ban, policies like his anti-abortion stance, policies that have been part of the Republican canon for a long time that he's pushing further and further into a sort of dystopian nightmare.
I'm protesting Trump coming to the UK because I don't think that his policies should be welcome here, especially, but like they shouldn't even be welcome in America. Like the stuff with, like, it's just an unfathomable list, because there's fascism, there's immigration, there's like abortion rights, there's the Israel-Palestine conflict, it's just such a long list of things to do, and like I think that Trump's involvement in the UK is just going to push the UK more to the right.
They're bringing children to this event. Some capitalism at work. He's really selling a lot, actually. Capitalism works, baby. They love it. Socialists love capitalism.
Well, it'd be easier to say, why would I like Trump? I don't like Trump because he's racist, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, deporting immigrants, splitting up families. He does everything in his power to damage the lives of everyone but the white male.
He's just oppressing all minorities, which is pretty horrific.
Refugee issue, locking refugees in cages, allowing children to go to court without parents. He's sending 4 and 5-year-olds to court. They barely know where they're from. It's not fair on them. It's not.
Personally, I'm trans, so obviously the fact that he's really oppressing trans people, not letting them serve in the military and not letting them use the bathrooms of their choice rings very much with me.
Did you not like him before he came into office with some of these policies? Like, were there specific things you didn't like, or were you like, oh my God, I don't like what he's doing now?
There are specific things before he came into
He
power.
said some horrific things, like grab him by the pussy.
Sexist. He's had many sexual assault cases against him. Just the way he runs things is not great, in our opinion.
What do you think about the advice that Trump gave Theresa May about Brexit and how to handle that?
I think that Theresa May is hardly the best person to even have a voice on Brexit, so any advice that is given to her by Donald Trump can only take her stance and her power into further, she's got no power. The EU have said she can't negotiate this, and taking advice from Donald Trump is only going to make her position worse.
It's like, who the hell do you think you are, honey? What's your authority to be able to give Theresa May advice? And I mean, it's weird even talking about it, because I'm not a fan of Theresa May. Do you know what I mean? So we're talking about what Theresa May should or shouldn't do, but the ideal would be that we actually had a socialist government that was further away from America anyway, and then it would just wash its hands from America completely.
To use slightly unpleasant word, I think it's complete bollocks. I mean, I think most of what Trump says is he's just trying to interfere and force people to do what he wants so America gets more. And he's not trying to make it work out for anyone else, he's just trying to screw everyone else over so he gets something out of it.
It's not just about how he's trying to do it for America, he's more doing it for himself and, you know, the 1%, the rich people, in that he doesn't really care about his own people, which is really sad.
My views on Mrs. May and Brexit is probably not for broadcast. However, I would just say to Mr. Trump what a lot of American commentators said when President Obama expressed his view: stop meddling in our bloody politics.
America first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about Trump meeting the Queen?
I'm not a massive fan of the Queen either, and I don't know that the Queen represents enough people in this country for her meeting Trump to mean anything to the British public apart from monarchy siding with fascism, which is nothing new.
Yeah, that's just weird anyway, because it's like, who even is the Queen? Like, what do you know what I mean? It's like, what the hell is? It's just all such a like farce, and it's all for show. And sort of like it's just to show like the American population that like Trump was welcomed in Britain and he had tea with the Queen and stuff. And it'd be interesting to see how this protest gets portrayed through like American media, American mainstream media, and if it's going to be like shown to the extent that it has been, that then the American people can see that Trump is not popular in the UK. Like, I don't know any people that actually like him. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not the biggest fan of the monarchy.
Not a big fan at all, really.
I mean, I heard this whole thing about how they were worried that him and Prince Charles were going to have a fight. And I'm kind of sad that doesn't seem to have happened, because I think that would have been great.
Right. Oh, okay. The Queen. I think the Queen and the Trump make a perfect pair, because who does Trump love? Rich white people who do nothing. That sounds like the Queen, a rich white woman who does nothing. So obviously they're going to get along. I think it's an insult to this country that he's meeting our royal family. He's done nothing to deserve that kind of privilege, and especially with the new princess, who, by the way, actively campaigned against Trump. So I just think that whole thing is a mess.
America and the UK have always been allies. So what do you think about that relationship with Trump? Well, he says, well, let's not go there.
You used to be one of us, but then, you know, that guy Washington fought a war and you decided to go your own way. But
we're always allies.
I think there definitely needs to be sanctions in place, first and foremost, because he is essentially committing violation of human rights laws, and the UN Council said the same thing himself. If Theresa May wants to show herself to be a strong leader, which she's not, then she needs to stand up against Trump, because she may be right-wing, she may be conservative, but even Theresa May is not like Trump. So she needs to just get her shit together.
I don't think we should be promoting a deal with America if America has a president such as Trump in power, imposing all of these rules that damage so many lives and put so many people at risk.
I don't know, with Trump, I wouldn't want to be an ally, because you never know what he has always something on his agenda, why he's so nice, and his relationship with Russia. So I wouldn't trust him.
At this protest, we see a lot of scantily clad men dressed in their underpants, dressed as women, along with a lot of vulgarity on shirts and signs. And you see children walking amongst this. People brought their children to this type of event with a lot of this vulgarity and scantily clad men. And we also see a common theme that people don't like the monarchy. They really do not care for the Queen. Not at all, and they don't want this relationship between America and the UK. They don't care for the trade agreement, which makes sense because they are socialist. And they also seem to think that everyone in the UK does not like Trump and doesn't want him here. However, I have seen personally up north, people actually really do like Trump in the UK. I'm Martina Markota with Rebel Media. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, like and subscribe.